Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, indeed. I was thinking, what is hacking?
That is such a philosophical question, Ryan.
Yeah, it's just like, I love a good thought-provoking
Mhm.
question to start a stream.
I do too.
Mhm.
So what do you think hacking is?
I didn't prepare an answer, I'll be honest. In the MLH sense, I could tell you, but
Let us know in the comments what is hacking. Thank you for playing along.
Yeah, of
and
course, of
starting
course.
out with a good question.
Always
there.
happy to.
Deep thoughts with Ryan.
Chat asked, and I provided,
Mhm.
That's what hacking is to me.
You came through.
Mhm.
You absolutely came
Mhm.
through. We appreciate it. Well, welcome everyone. We will give it a second before we jump into our slides. But we're excited to be here. We're going to be wrapping up Games Week. We've got some cool stuff to cover today. Tell you all a little bit about what happened this past week and how you can stay involved with us. What should we have folks comment today?
Comment for
To say hello. We
what
want to do like a
maybe their favorite game.
favorite game. I like that.
That
Very
feels
on
appropriate.
theme. Comment your favorite game. Let us know. We're looking for
I'll put
recommendations.
I'm gonna put my current one in. Ryan's current.
Oh, we're already getting them. Star Citizen.
I don't know if anyone else is playing Helldivers, but I'm having a blast with it at the moment. So. Oh, we have a streamer.
There we go. Shout out to the streaming community.
We had a former MLHer who I think still does like shoutcasting for fighting games, and so whenever we do like gaming related topics, I think of him.
Yes.
At Pal World makes sense. Mary wanted to try Pal World, I believe.
I do really want to try it. I don't have any way of trying it though. But it looks quite cool.
I like this comment from 404. New speedrun record for a stream tangent. We like basically started the stream with a tangent. Yes.
That is, yeah.
I see people playing Helldivers, which is great. The chess comment here, I think we have a chess topic in our slides today.
Yes,
don't we?
yes.
Blasphemous, also great. Also excellent.
Oh, that's a game.
Yes, it's a Castlevania style game.
It would help if I know it.
Castlevania. I think actually the technical thing is I think they're called Metroid and Metroidvanias. I think is the category. Someone's gonna have to fact check me there, but
someone can explain
Stanley Parable.
What those words mean to me.
Okay, hang on. I'm having too much fun.
Dota too. I know Dota.
I went to the international this year. What role do you play in Dota? What's your maybe your favorite hero or what role you play? I'd be curious. This is turning into Ryan chats with the stream about video games. So.
Alrighty. Well, with that, should we introduce ourselves before this tangent goes on too long?
Yes, let's do that.
Alrighty. Ryan, who are you?
I'm Ryan. I lead the events team here at Major League Hacking, so I get to manage and oversee and work with all the awesome folks who do great programs for hackers and organizers. That can be things like our member event hackathons, helping Mary with global hack weeks and our conferences, all sorts of good stuff like that. I also work really closely with all of our coaches. My fun fact of the day, we're kind of gearing up for our next global hack week here, talking about APIs. Twilio used to have this thing called the Fax API, which I will die on the hill that it was extremely helpful and useful. If you've ever dealt with healthcare in America, they often require you to fax things in. And so I actually wrote my own program to fax in some of my stuff on the Twilio Fax API. What do you got?
Classic. We need to bring it back. I accidentally hit next slide a little too early, but on my end, for those of you I haven't met yet, my name is Mary. I work on first party events here at MLH. So working on things like Global Hack Week, as well as the conferences we run throughout the year and other events going on in our Discord server. My favorite API, I decided to go with the NASA API. This is largely because I've been really looking forward to the solar eclipse that's coming up in April, which is going to happen right before API week. So we can chat about it during API week. But that is the API that I went with. And feel free to throw your favorite in chat and we can go on some more tangents during this stream today.
Yes.
You want to tell us a little bit about what MLH is?
I would be happy to. I gotta be honest, I'm already distracted by chat. There's like, we're now talking about video games, which is one of the things I love. We're talking about the Twilio Fax API. I get to insult insurance companies. Like, I'm really going on a tangent in the chat here, but I will pull myself back together and do my job here. If you're new and wondering what Major League Hacking is, we run the global hacker community, and it's our mission to empower hackers, just like each and every one of you with us here today, whether you're at your first event of ours, or your 10th or your 100th. We're really excited to have you, and you are part of our community. By being part of that community, you're actually part of over 700,000 hackers that we've worked with in our lifetime, which every time I look at this staggering number, and really excited to see it continue growing. But we're here ultimately to wrap up and talk about Games Week. And me and Mary are going to kind of walk you through all sorts of good stuff that happened this week.
Yes. Well, we had a really busy week, and I got to pull out just some of the highlights of things that happened this week. A lot of these are streams, and we always get the question if you can still go watch the recording of these. So I will go ahead and answer it now. Everything we're about to cover, you can absolutely go back and catch if you missed it already. But dialing it back to day one, we started off the week with jumping into the GitHub Student Developer Pack and GitHub Copilot with Gabby. I know I saw a ton of y'all over there. Really, really cool stuff. And then I saw throughout the week quite a few of you built hacks using Copilot and using the GitHub Student Developer Pack. So awesome stuff over there. Also on day one, y'all hung out with Gabby and made a Mad Libs game. I know we talked about this during the opening ceremony, but that is, I think, one of my favorite streams. We've done it in a while. Very cool stuff. Make sure you go check that out. That's such a good, like, beginner-friendly hack. I'm surprised I don't see more Mad Libs recreations at hackathons, because that's such a good project to start out with.
100%.
Y'all also designed some of your own characters throughout the week. I quite liked this one, so I wanted to pull it out.
I like the background here, the picture in the background, the Stonehenge.
Yes, yeah, very, very cool. This like reminds me of like a children's book character. I don't know if that is like the art style that you were going with, but feels very reminiscent of that to me. Jumping into day two, y'all played some games with each other. We already called this out. But I saw we had some chess tournaments going on throughout the week.
Yeah, Mary had asked me to review her slides for her this morning, and then I spent probably a full minute looking at this, like wondering what moves were played in what order. I think, always exciting to see people playing chess. I'm glad people had fun with it.
Yes, I remember this was such a staple of Global Hack Week during lockdown.
Yes.
We did so many chess tournaments. We hadn't done them in a while, but I figured this was the perfect week to play a little more chess with y'all.
Yeah, that was right when Queen's Gambit came out on Netflix. So chess had its real moment for like a year and a half there, it felt like.
You also created some pixel art throughout the week. I quite liked this little Link pixel art that somebody made.
Yes.
Very, very cool.
Certainly agree.
Jumping into day three, y'all got to hang out with Jimmer quite a bit this week. They did a couple different game design tracks. Really, really cool stuff. Make sure you check it out if you haven't already.
Can I ask, what is Godot? Is that how you pronounce that? Do you know?
So it's another like game development engine. I was nervous about pronouncing it, which is why
I'm putting you on the spot here.
I think it's Godot. Someone in the chat will be able to.
Is it
tell
Godot
us
or Godot?
I think it's Godot.
I think Godot, right?
Yeah.
I was curious. I've never heard of that one before.
Someone's gonna clown us in chat. Oh no, we're wrong. Godot.
I could have seen that coming.
Oh no, I don't.
Did we foreshadow Dimmer going to
We're certainly not foreshadowing anything.
That was definitely not our
intention. No.
I'm waiting for Godot. Okay.
There we go.
Sense. Can we go back a slide? Can we really mess things up?
Yeah.
Wait, did it not work? Hang on. Okay. I was going to say it was because it was all capital letters that I was like, oh, it's Godot, but it's not even all capital letters. I have no excuse here, too. No excuse.
I don't know what I worded strangely, but Dimmer's not going away. I must have worded something odd. Yeah.
And see what we did.
We also hung out with Dikshita this week. She did a Unity track. I know that's probably the most commonly used game engine.
I believe it's pronounced Unity. I think is the pronunciation on that one. Chat's gonna have to help us out on that one.
Yeah, unsure on this one. But very cool stuff that y'all did over there.
They're laughing at my joke. Thank God. At least somebody laughed. I'll take it.
Dixita's car was amazing.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see a car, but I'm very glad to glad to hear that.
Here's the phonetic of, of that one.
We appreciate y'all.
Awesome. All right, what do we got going on day 4 here?
Day 4, y'all created a snake breakout game with Cecilia. It's another kind of classic recreation game that you can make. Really, really cool stuff. I know she did a couple different streams on this one. And then y'all also made a tic-tac-toe game with Gabby over here. I'm getting so distracted by chat.
Chad and Marie is absolutely correct. That we started off on just the silly foot, and I've been having too much fun. I've just been going with it.
We just haven't gotten away from the silly foot. Nevertheless, very cool streams from Gabby over here. I know tic-tac-toe is particularly a cool one if you are wanting to get into a little bit of AI in your game design. There's some models you can build to play tic-tac-toe against the computer.
Can I cover this one?
You can absolutely cover this one.
So you all joined Ryan and Ryan, 2 of our newest coaches, for a game design session. I was very excited to see this one. We have a Slack channel for our team, and the 2 of them were extremely wholesome in Slack. They wanted to know if they could do a stream together, and I was stoked to get that off the ground for them. They did all of the hard work here. They did a great job of doing a bunch of planning for this. They were very, very cool in chat and Slack and talking back and forth and getting ready for this. I know there's also a lettuce themed game that came. Thank you for. So there's apparently some lettuce theming here that went into this as well, and excited to see new coaches joining us for GHW. Easter has a piece of the chart. So we're all going to be at the same hackathon. I'm going to do their training at Hack Princeton with another one of our new coaches, Quinn. So we're going to have the Ryan, and Quinn cohort, which I'm very excited for. So why lettuce? That's what we really should have started the stream with. That's our thought-provoking question right there.
Yes. Yeah, we'll get to the bottom of that someday.
But shout out to both of them for being so new to the program and doing excellent streams from everything I've heard as well.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Y'all also got to hang out with Alberto. Alberto did some JavaScript game development throughout the week. I know Alberto's, I feel like our resident JavaScript expert at this point. He does quite a few streams on it, and it was cool to see him take a little game week spin on some of that content. Cool. And then jumping into day 5. Oh, we've got a little delay here. You also worked with Gabby to create a game world using AI. Very, very cool stuff over here. I think as AI gets more and more prevalent every day, we're going to see it more and more often in our other Global Hack Week themes. So we always love seeing that crossover there. I quite like that.
The overlap between, I think you make this joke all the time, but the Venn diagram of my interests in chat for the stream, perfect circle. We've talked about the Eclipse themes. There's Ryan jokes. Y'all are really nailing it today. I'm having a blast in the chat.
This is if AI created a topic list for the stream, that would perfectly fit what you're thinking about.
So Ryan APAC hiring one. It's actually not just APAC hiring. We're exclusively hiring Ryans now at MLH. It's our new policy. So very excited about it.
Yeah, great policy. Y'all also built some games in Python, got to hang out with David a little bit throughout the week, and use Pygame, which I know is one of the very, very popular Python libraries that I see y'all working with. Y'all also did some recreation of some classic games. Thought this was very, very cool. Someone submitted this over on DevPost, or rock, paper, scissors game that used hand gestures. Super, super impressive. Would love to see this at an event in person so I could try it out.
That looks like too many joints, but I guess it's not. The tip is what's really throwing it out. But that's really cool.
Yeah.
I've not seen it mapped like that before. I like that.
Yes, very, very cool. And then y'all also created some other very cool dev post submissions. One I wanted to call it was this command line game. Super simple, just a guessing game. I think stuff like this is awesome for when you're learning a new language or learning a new tool. Building things like this can be so helpful.
Yeah. I do like a simple command line, like get your feet wet with a new language type of thing.
I love like an adventure game in the command line. I know there were some of those over on DevPost. I think those are so fun.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Rolling right along here into our last day, y'all worked with Ryan again and made a cookie clicker. Super, super cool stream. I know we've shouted out the Ryans already, but love getting to see newer MLHers hop on the streams and run really awesome content for the community, and create inside jokes with y'all already in week one as streamers.
Ryan number 4. Not yet. We only have 3 Ryans at MLH so far.
Someday.
Someday. Yes.
And then y'all got to hang out with Ritvi and you did some pixel art. I know Ritvi is a beloved streamer here and was very glad that she was able to jump in and do a stream for y'all on a little bit of pixel art. And then the very last one was a example of something that y'all made, a little pixel panda.
Is this Kung Fu Panda inspired?
I think so. It must be.
Though I've not actually seen Kung Fu Panda, but I've seen lots of Jack Black promotion around it.
Yeah.
And so
this is going to be a dumb question. I've also never seen it. Is there a new one? Like, why am I seeing stuff?
I think there's a new one. I think the 4th one came out or something like that. Because I know Jack Black, and then who's the other person in Tenacious D? Do you know his name by any chance? But they did a cover of some Britney Spears song, I think, that I saw.
Okay.
I think that's,
fascinating.
Yeah. We, Mary and Ryan go off the rails during the Global Hacking Stream. What?
Never. Has never happened.
It's literally never. In terms of what's coming up next, we've got tons of exciting events for you. As always, in April, we're bringing back one of our favorites. We're going to be experimenting with APIs all week long. You can join us at Global Hack Week APIs. APIs for April, I believe, is what we like to say. That's going to be taking place the 5th through the 11th. What do we have coming up after that?
Yes, and then after that, we are going into May with Data Week. Very excited about this one. There's going to be a ton of overlap if you enjoyed AIML Week last week. Lots of overlap there, so make sure you sign up to join us at Data Week.
Mini event idea, movie night at API Week. We can watch Kung Fu Panda.
Love it.
Only the first one, though. I'm not committing to 4.
Absolutely not.
That's a lot. After Data Week, we have our next one, which will be coming up in June. I think this might have been live in a couple of spots, but really this is the first time that we're reviewing it in its full frame. I don't know what word I'm looking for there. We've got Web3 coming up June 7th through 13th. We do a ton of Web3 events, and we have a ton of different partner companies that are interested in Web3. And I know this is something I talk with hackers about more and more each time I go out to an event. Really reminds me a lot of the early days of cloud when I was talking with folks about moving to AWS and maybe getting started with GCP and some of those other providers way back when. So very excited to continue to watch this space grow. Tons of cool development right now between Web3, AI, and all that other stuff going on. You can join us for this event taking place June 7th through 13th.
Yes, absolutely. Alrighty. You can sign up for all of those upcoming Global Hack Weeks at ghw.mlh.io. Make sure you register so you don't forget about them, and we can send you some reminders there. Oh, and happy early birthday. Hopefully we'll see you at API Week. And I did want to make sure we call out, we have a really cool event happening before our next Global Hack Weeks, which is Web3 apps happening in just a few weekends. This is a fully digital hackathon that takes place in our Discord server. Make sure you come and check it out. It's a really fun event. In particular, this March, Web3 apps, we have some kind of new things rolling out. There's a couple new mini events that I'm quite excited for. So if you've been to one in the past, this one's going to be a little bit different, and make sure you come and join.
Nice.
So you have somebody who's already ready for it.
You'll love to see it.
If you want to go to even more events before the next Global Hack Week, you can check out our full events page. This has hackathons all across the world that we work with. Go and check it out. See if there's an event happening near you and sign up for it. Meet some other hackers in real life.
Do we want to take a question here?
Sure.
So will you all be doing any more month-long hackathons? So we experimented with these at the start of the year, or I guess really the end of last year and the start of this year. I think we ran 3 or 4 of them. Ultimately, the feedback we heard from the community was that it wasn't quite the right fit. We're still playing around with lots of different types of digital events. Our Global Hack Weeks seem like a consistent winner with the community. We do a couple of those weekend-long hackathons as well, like Web3 apps, but we're still kind of playing around here and deciding what our next type of digital event might be.
And while we're doing questions, I'll take this one. I have some suggestions for streams. Where do I submit them? We would love to see them. Please fill out our survey. There's one in your inbox. You'll get it again tomorrow. So fill it out there. You're also always welcome to open a Discord ticket if you have any quick feedback that you want to share with the team, but survey is the best spot. And we would love to hear your stream ideas. We love getting ideas from the community, and it feels like in a lot of ways the current version of Global Hack Week is, like entirely community driven. So please do.
We've got a great swag question here. I'm actually going to pull it off screen and jump into the slides here and talk about swag and then answer that at the end. So this week you earned basic swag by registering and checking into the events, submitting to us an address of where we can send that swag to, and then completing both of our partners challenges. That's signing up for a free domain name from our friends at GoDaddy Registry and making sure you grab that GitHub Student Developer Pack. As we've said a couple of times throughout the week, if you couldn't do one of these things for some reason, like maybe you're no longer a student, we give you other ways to tell us that so that you can still earn your swag, of course. If you attended 5 of our live events here on Twitch or YouTube, you all are going to earn some bonus swag from us as well, a couple of extra stickers to remember the week with. And then finally here, we have some thank yous. But before that, I do want to make sure I answer Dolphin's question. Swag typically takes about 3 to 4 months if you're outside of the United States. That can be a little bit quicker in some countries, but inside the United States, it takes about 6 weeks is would be my guess for you there. And we do always just ask that you be patient with those letters. We promise we send them, but you may have all sorts of different postal systems involved because we send them via international post.
Yes, and I do want to call out, if you haven't completed those swag challenges yet, I always give y'all until the day after Global Hack Week ends, which is a little bit of a secret for the folks who watch the streams. So you'll have until the end of the day. I don't actually finalize that until tomorrow.
Including Jay, you can still register and get swag.
Yeah.
We've seen you in chat. We'll still send it to you.
Absolutely. Well, we have some folks to thank. Global Hack Week would not be possible without the folks who make all of the streams happen, who put in all the prep work. So I want to make sure they all get a huge thank you from us. Starting out with Gabriella, Dimmer, and David. I know you all saw these 3 on the slides. Each of them did multiple streams throughout the week. Awesome content. Put in a ton of prep work for that. So want to give a big thank you to the 3 of them. Next up, we've got Kari, Vinayak, and Cecilia. I know Kari did Catan streams. Vinayak covered a bunch of our mini events and Today in Global Hack Week streams. And then Cecilia, of course, built that snake game with y'all, as well as covered some of those Today in Global Hack Week streams. So huge thank you to these 3. Next up, we've got Alberto, Zane, and Dikshita. I know we saw Dikshita on stream, or in the recap slides, rather. But in addition to everything she did, we had Zane run a couple of technical streams for y'all this week, and Alberto do his JavaScript track, making sure that y'all got to pick up some new skills from them. Next up, I want to make sure we call out Ritvy and Steven, who both did a technical stream this week. Huge shout out to them. Thank you for all the work that y'all put in there. And then, of course, Ryan's on their own slide. We had both of our Ryan L's at MLH do a stream together. And then Ryan Lalou also did an extra stream yesterday. Make sure y'all go and show them a huge Global Hack Week welcome and a huge thank you, since those were their first times streaming at any Global Hack Weeks. And I'm sure you all will be seeing a lot more of them in the future. And then last but certainly not least, I want to give a big shout out to Rosendo and Siddharth. If y'all do not know what they do, Rosendo works with all of our partners to make it possible for us to bring Global Hack Week to the community entirely free. Huge thank you to him. He does so much work behind the scenes, as well as Siddharth, who does a ton of the logistical work behind the scenes. If you opened a ticket this week or sent us an email, it's very likely you chatted with him over there. But if you see him around Discord or see him on a stream, make sure you give him a huge thank you. We really could not do these events without the two of them.
Yes, 100%.
Yes. And then, of course, I want to call out our partners, GitHub and GoDaddy Registry. As a quick reminder, you can still grab both of their promotions today. GitHub gave y'all the student developer pack kind of on an expedited timeline, so y'all could get access to those resources faster than their normal pipeline of folks. And in addition to that, we got to learn a little bit about Copilot from them with Gabby last week. So go and check out the recording of that if you have not yet. And then GoDaddy Registry, of course, gave y'all free domain names. I saw a ton of y'all took advantage of that this week. So big thank you to the two of them for making this event possible.
Nice. I love the shout out for Zane there. And
Yes.
somebody asking, are those tutorials going to be on YouTube? All of the streams from this week are going to be live on our YouTube page for forever until YouTube shuts down. So, enjoy those.
Yeah. People are going to think you're foreshadowing YouTube shutting down now.
We have some insider intel.
Well, with that, we will see you all next time. Thank you so much for spending the week with us. We will see you at API, where we will make so many bad puns about API role because April's for APIs.
So true. Get registered and we'll see you there.
Yes.
Happy hacking, everyone.
Bye, everyone.